everybody. I'm Jan on Shumperts Hill, and I just want to welcome you today. It's a cold day outside today, and I just want to talk to you about something called the winter blues. Well, I had to adjust my sitting area, so I came and sat beside Randy and the candle. I was sitting over by the window, and the light is just so bright there's no leaves on the trees. I have a front porch, but there's no leaves on the tree to block the sun from coming straight in. And so it's, in the wintertime, it's really sunny on that side over there. And so in the summertime, it's the other side where the fireplace and the two windows are that is really sunny. So anyway, I always want to talk to you about the winter blues. And maybe you don't have that problem. I know some of you have snow for months and months and months, and I'm jealous. I will say that, I'm jealous. I would love snow for months. No, I don't know if I'd want it for months and months, but a couple of days would be really nice. And so I'm praying, Lord, help us. Enough babbling. But even though we don't have snow, everything's dead. It's a sleep. I don't call it dead, I call it asleep. And so that helps try to trigger something in my mind. Because, you know, the Bible tells us when we talk about the Lord that we have to remind ourselves to praise the Lord. And so I have to remind myself it's asleep. It's not dead. It's going to wake up in the spring. So that's a good thing. But I never had winter problems, the winter blues. I never had them until, I guess it was 2012. Daniel had graduated high school. Randy, in 2011, Randy had a second cancer, and we were in Charleston, and it was a rough winter. But the family was around. You know, we were in Charleston for 7 weeks, so you're dealing with that stress, so you don't have time to think about the winter blues, or just, you know, just sitting home and not doing anything, or you know, just if you go to work, or if you have to buy groceries, or, you know, a lot of times you just run in and out. You don't linger a lot outside, or I don't. Anyway, in 2012, all the kids went back to Bible college, and it was just me and Randy. And I remember sitting here at nighttime and thinking, and I don't know if it was so much winter blues as it was loneliness, because all our kids were gone. I mean, it emptiness syndrome, I know. So, but I considered it the blues. But I noticed that since, and I'm sorry, y'all, I rock. I'm sitting in a rocking chair. I can't be still. I'm a wiggle worm. Even if I'm sitting in a chair that don't rock, I can't be still. I got to wiggle my foot or my hand or something. I'm always wiggling. I might be got problems. Anyway, after Randy passed, things got really hard. You know, I know you're fighting depression and stuff, but it just seems like the days are just so long and there's nothing to look forward to. At Christmas time, I'm not talking about grief. That's a horse of a different color. I'm talking about Christmas time. You know, we decorate the house. We have all the pretty lights up. We have the Christmas tree. We got the mantelpiece. The hall's decorated, the kitchen's decorated, the dining room's like decorated, and if my bedroom wasn't a mess, I would decorate it. I mean, I just decorate my house. And outside too. And then all of a sudden, Christmas is over, and everything's taken down, and it literally looks dead. And that's every year. It's always been like that. And so over the years, I've tried to do different things to brighten up the house. I try to, at a certain time in around January, I'll start putting up Valentine's stuff. I hadn't even got that. Daniel's been sick, so we hadn't done any. The Christmas stuff is still on the back porch because of sickness that's been going around. But I decided, I know this table over here that I showed you, the bright lights, the white lights. I have put red lights up there before, years ago, just to bring some brightness into the house. And so I wanted to make sure. I don't like the big light on, but I do like the lamps, and I like soft light. And I've, always been like that. And so that's what I did. I'm going to show you what I've done to try to help me with some of those winter blues. So with the winter blues for me, having pretty things around really helps brighten up the room and my attitude. This is my hallway that leads into our bedrooms and bathroom. And I just want to show you how dark it is. So I'm going to also cut the big light on. It's not to blind y'all hopefully too much. But my piano here, we usually put the manger scene and the lights. So this year I decided to leave the lights up the way they had strung them and bring in my redbirds. And isn't that so pretty? With the lights and the redbird. It's just a little something to help with those blues. So last year we added lights to the mantelpiece. I bought those birds, the lamps, and I think I've told you before. Those were actually vase and candlesticks, and I glued them. Daniel and I glued them together, and then I put lights in them. But there's my mantelpiece. It's just bright, and even in here when it's dark, it's bright enough to just make it feel a winter fest for me. And of course, I like pretty things. I'm not saying I'm pretty, but he's pretty. And this table is just really dark over here. And so I can cut the lamp on, but I decided instead to put some lights up. Daniel and I picked this up on our travels in Ohio this past time. And I just love those bright colors, which I tend to like bright colors. And so I decided that would look good in the living room and just maybe make it look a little more festive. I don't have them on, but there's redbirds that Andrew and Leah and the young'uns gave me. And then there's another redbird that Scott gave me. And oh, look at the little ones up there too. I forgot about them. So, of course, those are things that brighten my day. And the blankets that I bought for Christmas, I decided it's cold outside. The young ones come in and want to lay down. There's something there to keep them warm. And it just gives another pop of color to the room. Of course, I always have to show y'all what I've done to Randy's memory table. And of course, a candle. There's just something about the flicker of a candle in a dark room that just makes it feel so relaxing. Makes it feel like home. I never realized till a few years ago that January was a really bad year for people to commit suicide. And I don't want to hurt myself. Let me just tell you that first to start off with. But again, I don't want to separate myself from God for eternity. And I don't want to miss out seeing Randy again. So that's a plus all the way around. But there is people who the devil gets in their minds and he just gets them to a point that they can't see anything but hopelessness. And it's really a sad place to be. But as I was saying, I have to remind myself to think about the grass and the trees. They're going to wake up. I have to remind myself the pretties around. I like looking pretty things. I mean, that's, I also have to remind myself to concentrate on the Lord. And I want to read this Psalms to you. It's a beautiful Psalms. And it's a great way to start out this new year, because I haven't told y'all Happy New Year, but Happy New Year. But it's a great way to start out any day. It's Psalms 95. Oh, come, let us sing unto the Lord. Let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving and make a joyful noise unto him with praise. For the Lord is a great God and a great King above all gods. In his hand are the deep places of the earth. The strength of the hills is his also. Wow, what a mighty God. The sea is his, and he made it. His hands formed the dry land. Oh, come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, and the sheep of his hand. Today, if we will hear his voice, harden not our hearts, as in the provocation, and as in the day of temptation in the wilderness, when your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my work. 40 years long was I grieved with the generation, and said, it is my people that do err in their hearts, and they have not known my ways, unto whom I swore in my wrath that they should not enter unto rest. You know, we need to come before God and remind ourselves oftentimes to come before God with thanksgiving, because, you know, I don't believe in resolution. I believe in just living one day at a time and doing what you got to do. And I believe in trying to put God first. And if you're out there and you're watching this and you are struggling with the winter blues and bad thoughts of doing stuff to yourself, turn to the Word of God. And Psalms 95 is a good place to start. He is a wonderful God, and he loves you. He died on the cross for you and for me. And when you think about that and you put him in your heart and you have him in your heart, it just brings so much joy and comfort in dark days, and in good days it brings comfort. So if you have the winter blues, leave in the comments below some of the things that you do to try to get over them. I don't think snow would make me have winter blues. I would look out there and see all that beautiful white stuff. It's amazing how that white stuff can make something ugly look pretty. But anyway, I just want to, like I said, I want to wish everybody a happy new year. Let's put God in it, and let's move forward and have a great year, and don't worry about having the winter blues. Y'all take care, and God bless.